Hi everybody, it's Kristen with Hasta Cielo y Mas. It is Tuesday, January 31st, 2017, and I'm coming to you with my Week 7 Duodenal Switch update. I am out on my porch again. It's another beautiful 80-degree Tuesday in San Antonio. The sun's starting to set, so I don't know how much light I have, so I'll get started with my stats. My high weight was about 450. I don't have that recorded, but my high weight in July was 435, totally shocking. And I began my journey on July the 30th, about 6 months ago, following a very scary doctor's appointment with some very scary labs, and starting with a bariatric consult on July the 30th of 2016. My start weight, as I mentioned, was 435. I began the ketogenic diet and was able to lose about 65 pounds before surgery on December 13th, 2016. Last week, my weight was 338. And today my weight is 336.6, so I'm down 1.4 pounds for the week. If you saw me last week, I was pretty disappointed with how I was doing with the scale. But this week I did a lot better. I didn't let it kind of affect me, and I didn't have a very good week weight-wise, but I have a lot of really exciting non-scale victories to share with you today. So my total journey loss is 98.4 pounds, getting close to the 100-pound mark. Since surgery, 34.4 pounds, and I'm really excited. I'm really happy with how things are going. Even though my weight loss has slowed down a little bit, I have had some really neat things happen this week, including a 1 month, 5 week surgeon's visit, lab work, 1 month labs, and I was able, with the help of a very dear friend, to get a recumbent bike. And so I've been riding my bike every day and also getting rides to the gym to go use the pool. My hair is wet. I just gotten back from the pool. And I am really enjoying that. Of course, I'm tracking everything on MyFitnessPal. It's amazing. I was extremely sedentary prior to about a month ago. And I am starting to see some progress, and even kind of exciting weird stuff like today. I have exercised more than I have eaten, so that's kind of unusual. I've also recently cleaned out my closet, and so I have a lot fewer clothes, which is kind of freaky and weird, but I really am excited now that I have gotten rid of everything that no longer fits at all. And I have it hanging in my closet, organized and color-coded, clothes that should be fitting here in the next couple weeks. So I'm excited about that. What I really want to share today is the highlights of my lab work. I did have a fairly comprehensive lab profile done in July. And as I've mentioned, probably, I was a diabetic, fairly brittle diabetic. I was on insulin, and I was on 2,000 milligrams of metformin a day, which is a lot. After starting the ketogenic diet, I did have labs drawn again in October. And I had already come off my insulin after 3 weeks and my metformin after 8 weeks. And at that time, I didn't have an A1C done. So I couldn't say that I was officially no longer a diabetic until I got recent lab work. So I did get an A1C. It was 5.7. I know that it's going to get better, but that was fantastic because that is no longer in the diabetes range or even pre-diabetic. I am on no meds. I've been on no meds those 3 months. And so that means my average blood sugar is 117. Like I said, I do fully expect it to go down from the 5.7, but it's thrilling because in July, my fasting blood sugar was 272, and my fasting blood sugar last week was 91. I've had A1Cs as high as 12. In the summer, it was 11. So it's just amazing. I really need to focus on these types of things because it's really amazing how my health has improved through this journey. Additionally, back in the summer, my doctor was very concerned that I had fatty liver disease, and possibly serious fatty liver disease. My AST was 138 and my ALT was 112. That's quintuple what normal is. Now my AST is 34, from 138 down to 34 in 6 months, and my ALT is 21, from 112 down to 21. I also want to mention that doing keto for about 4.5 months prior to surgery, my doctor said I had a beautiful liver. And so that was just thrilling. I was very, very worried about that because of my previous AST and ALT and my pretty much diagnosis of fatty liver disease. So I was worried about that, but it turned out well. I want to mention my lipid panel. I don't have a family history of high cholesterol. And my grandpa lived to be 101. My grandma lived to be almost 100. And so I had normal cholesterol. It was 193. But now it's 119. Normal is 125 to 200. So my cholesterol in 6 months has come down from 193 to 119. It actually always stayed in the low 190s. So I really didn't expect that it could or would come down, but it did. My triglycerides went from 248 in July down to 89. 89. My LDL, which is the bad cholesterol, went from 105 down to 63. 63. Even though my HDL is kind of low, it's 38, and it always kind of has been in the high 30s, low 40s. My cholesterol to HDL ratio is 3.1. Anything under 3.5 is perfect, optimal, wonderful. I am going to begin taking some no-carb omega fatty acids called Core Omega that I learned about on one of the forums. I am going to start taking that to see if I can raise my HDL cholesterol, but my surgeon was not at all concerned. He was thrilled. One thing that I never hear discussed really, but I wanted to bring up because I do have probably 6 different lab results to compare it to, is my white blood count. I never had a normal white blood count. My white blood count was always 1 to 3 points above normal. And now my white blood count is clearly in the normal range at 8.5. I don't know exactly what that means. It can indicate less inflammation, less stress, less infection, maybe an improved autoimmune response. I'm not really sure in my case what it is, but something's going well, something's going right. So I'm excited about that. I did have a lot of normal labs, and of course that would be expected because it's only 1 month post-op, but my PTH was normal, my potassium was normal, calcium, vitamin K, and vitamin E were normal, iron, ferritin, protein, and PTH, I mentioned that, were normal. So that was great. A couple things of concern, not too bad though. My B12, of course, was high, which is, I expected that. My vitamin D, this blows my mind. I've only been taking the biotech vitamin D for a month. And my vitamin D went from 29, which was 1 point low, to 98, high as 100. So that was thrilling. I am going to reduce my vitamin D since I'm so early post-op to only 3 times a week. I do expect that I'll have to increase it in the future, and I am having labs drawn again in 3 months, but I'm going to make that change just to see what it does to my vitamin D. I definitely don't think it's going to tank it, so we'll have to see what happens. My vitamin A was 37, which is 1 point low. I did increase that. I apparently wasn't taking enough, so I did look again at the schedule, and I am going to increase that. And then my vitamin B1 really tanked this month. Because of my concern about toxic B6, I had stopped taking my B complex. My October labs indicated my thiamine level was totally normal. It was actually optimal 30, but it actually tanked this month to a 12, and below 8 is abnormal. So I did go out right away and buy some thiamine and add that to my regimen, and my doctor was real happy about that. I've had some constipation that I've been dealing with pretty much since the get-go. I have added a Metamucil-like product called Consul that was recommended by a friend. My doctor recommended Metamucil. My friend told me that she preferred the Consul, Konsyl. It seems to be working. I added it a couple days ago. Definitely seems to be working. So still doing the stool softeners and the occasional Miralax. So that is an improvement. This video is getting a little long, but I definitely wanted to tell you I'm in a much better headspace this week than I was last. I know that things come and go on this journey, and sometimes you just need to take a breath and get your head straight. And I'm not really so worried right now about the scale. I know that this happens. I know that things slow down. Even with keto, I was in the 380s for the longest time. I just could not break that. And so it's because I'm so close to my 100-pound mark. I'm just wanting to see that. But I will see that. And I'm excited. I'm definitely in a routine. I'm definitely seeing positive changes in my clothes and just the way my jewelry fits and my rings fit and my energy level. And then to have the labs to back that up is just so exciting. So once again, I want to thank you for your support and your encouragement. It means so much to me. And I look forward to seeing you again next week. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.